Hello, we're going to look at how to set up a parental control on a Windows computer. First place we're going to go is click on Computer, and we click on Control Panel. You can also do this from the Start screen too, on Windows 7 or Windows Vista or XP. If you have Windows 8, that's a little bit different now since they don't have a Start Control button on there. But you want to find the Control Panel. And then you look at user accounts and family safety. And you're going to want to set up parental controls for a user. Now, if you have not delineated separate accounts for your son or daughter, you may want to add an account first, and then after adding an account for them, set up the parental controls for them. So, if we take a look at here, I'm going to set up the, you can see where mine is. I'm the computer administrator, Brian. I have one for the guest and then one for my wife, B. We're going to go there and set up her, I'm going to set up some parental controls in a B, so we'll click on her. Now the first thing we want to do is switch this parental controls from off to on. And then we'll see a few different options here. The first thing we can take a look at, though, is activity recording on. So I want to collect information about what B is doing on the computer. So I have that turned on. Later on, we can view activity reports to see what B was doing on the computer, if we want to. The next place I want to go to is web restrictions. And right now it's at a level of medium. So if we click on that, okay, so which parts of the internet can B visit? We have right in here, block some websites or content, or allow all websites and content. We're going to have to click on block some websites or content. There's sometimes websites that maybe they block for your child, but maybe you want your child to be able to go on those websites. Maybe you want to allow your child to go on Facebook, but it's already blocking those. It's up to you if you want to allow some of the things to block. Now going down here though, block web content automatically. Choose a web restriction level. So right now we have it set on medium, and it tells you what that will block. Block unrateable content and web content in the following categories: mature content, pornography, drugs, hate speech, and weapons. Not all these areas can be automatically blocked. So what it's going to do is anything that comes up as something, a website that hasn't been rated yet, or anything with any of those these types of things, pornography, drugs, hate speech, will be blocked. It doesn't hit all the websites, but it's going to get most of them. If we want to turn that to high, it'll block everything except for websites that are specifically approved for children. So websites, they have themselves rated sometimes, especially the popular websites, and only the ones that have a rating that are good for children we'll go through on that. It's pretty restrictive, but if you want to make sure your child is only seeing things that are appropriate for children, that's the one you'd want to choose. You can also go into custom too. I don't want to get too much into that, but you can play around with that too if you want somewhere in between a high and a medium, or a medium and none. You can also check that out. I'm going to keep this at medium though. We can also block file downloads, and I would actually suggest to do that because even on sites, children can still get on sites at the medium level that are sometimes slip through the cracks and everything. Or even some of the sites that are okay to get on, that it deems okay to get on. There can still be you know, files to download that may contain viruses and things along that nature. Also, downloading things. This will restrict downloading things from emails they may receive. So I'm going to leave that box clicked. Okay, so we viewed the web restrictions. You can also set time limits, the game ratings. Let's go into there actually. So time limits is obviously how much time they can be on the internet a day. Can B play games? Yes. Let's set the ratings. Okay. This is very interesting just to go through and take a look on your own. You have some different ratings on there. Early childhood, C, E for everyone. We have a E kind of plus rating then, everyone 10 plus, teen, mature, and adults only. You can kind of read through there and on your own and see, you know, what types of content you think is allowable for your child. I'm going to click for B. I'm going to say a teen. So if I click on this category, it blocks out anything that's rated M or adults only. It says titles may contain violent content, mild or strong language, and or strong language, suitable for persons ages 13 and older. So that's going to be okay. I could block specific games. Maybe I definitely don't want B to be on Halo deathmatch games or you know, any types of first-person shooter games or violent games in general. But I'm going to leave that for now. Or maybe my teen gets addicted to a game and I want them to stop. Something like World of Warcraft, games that you know, children will tend to get on and be on for hours and hours and hours. If I want to break that, I can also, you know, go in there and block a specific game. Alright, so time limits, program limits. If you want to restrict any programs on the computer, maybe you don't want them for some reason getting into, maybe you have some sort of video programs in there you don't want them messing around with, or just any sensitive areas that you want to keep your son or daughter away from on the computer. So this would be non-internet things, things that are just already on your computer. Okay, we also have, so this is the time limits for the internet. We also have time limits for when B can use the computer, games that are not internet games, but games that are on the computer that you want to restrict and everything, allow and blocking any specific programs. So anything that you want to keep your son or daughter away from on the computer, you know, set those things. So click OK. Okay, and that is user accounts and family safety and parental controls on Microsoft Windows.